boys and girls, Miss Gemma here, how are you? In today's lesson we're going to talk about word problems, in particular money problems. Let's go see what a word problem is first. So firstly, what is a word problem, boys and girls? A word problem is a few sentences, usually describing a real life scenario, where a problem needs to be solved by using a mathematical process. When looking at a word problem, we need to do and ask certain questions. First, we need to read the question. Then we comprehend what it is asking us to do. We decide how to solve the question. Then we process or actually solve the question. And then we record our answers. Let's have a look at some examples. So let's have a look at our first example, boys and girls. So our first step is we need to read the question. So let's do that. Dad brought tickets to the movies. The tickets cost $135 for 5 people. The ticket cost included a small drink and a popcorn. How much were the tickets per person? Okay, so that's our question. So what is this question actually asking us to do, boys and girls? So how much were the tickets per person? So we need to work out how much the tickets were for one person to go to the movies. Okay, so how are we going to work that out? So this is how we decide how we're going to solve the question. So how do we do that? So we need to divide the 135 by 5 because there's 5 people and our total cost was 135. Okay, so let's do that now. So how are we going to do that? So we'll actually do short division for this one. So it's just a simple doing the sign, put the 5 and 135 and working through. Okay, so 5 goes into 1, it doesn't. 5 into 13 goes twice, but we have some left over. So we actually have 3 left over. So 35 into 35 equals 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It goes 7 times. Okay, so we've dealt with all our numbers. So it's going to cost $27 per ticket. So we write our answer. So the cost per person is $27. Full stop. Are you ready for something just a little bit harder? Let's go. Let's have a look at our next example, boys and girls. So first we need to read the question. Okay. Mum sent me to the shop to buy a few items for dinner tonight. I need to buy 1.5 kilos of mince for $4.80 per kilo, 5 large tomatoes for 32 cents each, 500 grams of cheese for $3.75, a packet of flatbread for $3.25, and 250 grams of mushrooms for $5.80 per kilo. How much will dinner cost per person if there are 5 people? Okay, so firstly, what is this question asking us to do? So we need to work out how much dinner is going to cost for 5 people. So how will we do that? So we need to work out how much dinner is going to cost first in total, and then we can divide it up. Okay, so let's do our calculations. Okay, so our first one is the 1.5 kilo of mince for $4.80 per kilo. So we need to divide that $4.80 by 2 to get our half a kilo and how much that's going to cost us. So let's do that first. So we'll do a quick short division, 2, 4, 80. So 2 into 4 goes 2. 2 into 8 goes 4. And 2 into 0 goes none. Okay, so our mince, our half a kilo of mince is going to cost us $2.40. So now we need to add the $4.80 and our $2.40 to get the total of how much the mince is going to cost us. So let's just quickly do that. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly do it on here. So I'll use it where it is. So 0 plus 0 equals 0. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1 is 7. So our mince is going to cost us $7.20. So I'm just going to put that number on the far side of the screen so that we can add it up as we go. So our first one will be $7.20. Okay, so what's our next calculation? So we've dealt with the mince. Now we're up to the tomatoes. So 5 large tomatoes for 32 cents each. So I need to times 32 by 5. So let's do that. So we've got 32 times 5. Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So our tomatoes are going to cost us $1.60. So we'll add that to our calculation on the far side of the screen. Okay, what do we got? So we've dealt with the mince, we've dealt with the tomatoes. Our cheese, we don't need to do anything, we just need to add that to our calculation. So $3.75. So we've dealt with that. A packet of flatbread, so we just need to add our flatbread. So that's $3.25. Making sure you line up all your decimal places. And our last calculation is 250 grams of mushrooms for $5.80 per kilo. So boys and girls, we know that 250 grams is a quarter of a kilo. So if we divide our $5.80 by 4, that will give us our 250 grams. So let's do that. Okay, so again, we'll do a short division. So by 4, 580. So 4 into 5 goes once, and I've got 1 left over. 4 into 18 goes 4, but I have 2 left over. So I'll write the 2 there. So 4 into 20 goes 5. Right, so my quarter of a kilo of mushrooms, or my 250 grams of mushrooms, is going to cost me $1.45. So let's add that to our calculation. $1.45. Okay, so we've dealt with all our numbers. So let's do let's see what dinner is going to cost us. Okay, so let's add that. So 5, 10, 15. Write the 5, carry the 1. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 20, 22. Write the 2 down, put the decimal place, carry the 2. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So dinner is going to cost us in total $17.25. But are we finished, boys and girls? No, we need to do one more step. And what do we need to do? We need to divide $17.25 by 5. Why 5? Because we have 5 people. So let's do another short division. So by 5 for my 5 people, and $17.25. So 5 goes into 1, doesn't. 5 into 17 goes 5, 10, 15, goes 3. And I have 2 left over, so I'll write my 2. 5 into 22 goes 5, 10, 15, 20, goes 4 times, but I have 2 left over. And then 5 into 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 goes 5 times. So dinner will cost per person $3.45. So we need to record our answer. So we need to write dinner will cost $3.45 per person. Boys and girls, there is a worksheet with lots of examples to help you practice working with word problems. You did a terrific job, boys and girls. So in this lesson, we went to the movies and did some shopping. In part 2, let's take a closer look at some presents and a quad bike. I'll see you in the next lesson.